Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Marvin's Room. Thank you guys so much for joining me wherever you're at in the world. To the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. My name is Marvin, and I am a manifesting life coach. I'm helping you guys manifest the desires of your heart via the teachings of Abraham, Neville, Catherine Ponder, etc., etc. All of these great law of attraction teachers, past and present. So hopefully you guys come to my channel and get what you're looking for. And once again, to the subscribers, new and old, thank you and welcome back. I wanted to jump on here today and talk to you guys about some real life shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And understanding some real life, basically concepts that to me are very true and very relevant, even in manifesting. And that is, life is not just black and white. Life, there is a shit ton of gray areas in life. And there's a shit ton of gray areas in manifesting. And so many, and like for people that are black and white people, they're going to struggle the most. They're going to struggle the most because their brain is telling them, I need this to be black and I need this to be white. And when it's not, they freak out. They have anxiety. They have fear, they have depression, they have etc., whatever the case may be. But I want you guys to understand something. Life is filled with gray areas, and gray areas are 100% okay. There is nothing wrong with gray areas. Don't be afraid of gray areas. In fact, I call gray areas God's gray areas, because gray areas are what makes people super successful. Because people that are black and white, they're comfortable in, okay, I know this is black. Okay, I know this is white. That's where they get their comfort from. You know, and it's hard a lot of times for people that are black and white to really go on and like build, you know, businesses, etc., or do anything that's super successful, because there's no guarantee. People that are black and white really love guarantee. They love getting a paycheck. They love I'm getting paid every 2 weeks. They know. And the problem with gray areas is you don't know when you're in gray areas, and that freaks people out that are black and white people. But understand, gray areas are where you want to be in life. Because gray areas, like I said, I call it God's gray areas, because that's where people that become super successful or super rich or super famous or super whatever the hell it is, these guys have taken the gray areas and basically made it black and white, if that makes sense. These people are no longer, these people that are super rich, you know, whether you're a multimillionaire or multi-billionaire or whatever the case may be, you just reach super, they took the gray areas and they made those gray areas home. They said, I understand this is not black and white, but I'm going to make this my home. I'm going to get comfortable in being uncomfortable. I'm going to get comfortable in this uncertainty, this unknown. And I want you guys to understand, in order to manifest what you want, you have to be okay with these gray areas. Because, for instance, a gray area in manifesting is the time frame. Not knowing the time frame is a gray area. And that's why so many of you guys get freaked out and you start to have fear and anxieties, because you don't know. But the thing is, what you have to understand is, you don't need to know when. The universe already has that figured out. And then I know the next question could be, well, how does the universe know? And I don't know if I'm part of the universe. People say things like that. And again, this is why I'm making this video. It's a gray area. You don't know how the universe knows. You don't know how the infinite intelligence, how we're all connected to everything and everything is energy, and you know, the universe has the best plan. Like, you just don't know. There's just certain things that I truly believe us as humans, we're not supposed to figure out. You know, we're not supposed to figure out and know certain things. The fact of the matter is we're just supposed to trust and know that it's going to work out for us all in the end. That's our only job. But again, what freaks people out that are black and white is this not knowing, because people want to be in control. People want to know. People want to feel like, oh, I can do this when I want to. They want to impose their will, etc., etc. This is why so many people freak out over free will. You know, this is why so many people don't like listening to people that say free will doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? You only saying that because that creates cognitive dissonance. And what cognitive dissonance is you believe something so much, or you want to believe something so much, that when you hear it when you hear something that goes against that, your brain is basically telling you and going to point out all the facts that this person is saying as wrong, because you have such a strong belief in something. You know what I'm saying? But that's dangerous. That's super dangerous, especially, when someone's trying to point you in the right direction and tell you, look, this is not really how it is. This is how it is over here. You know what I'm saying? Cognitive dissonance is a really big problem in so many, especially in religion. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that there's too much cognitive dissonance in, LOA work and things like that. But in religion, like, there's too much cognitive dissonance. If you tell someone, something is not right about the Bible or the Quran or something, like, they literally just go into overload and their brain just starts telling them like, oh, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. This person's lying. This person's full of shit. This, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And I want you guys to understand that you have to get to a place to where you have to let your mind be open. You have to let your mind relax. You have to kind of die to your old self, die to the old ways of thinking and being, and understand that there may be a better way than the way that you grew up on, and understand that gray areas in life may not be as bad or as fearful as you are making it out to be, because as you guys know, we're creating everything in our mind. Fear and anxiety, we're creating it in our mind. It's not real. So I say that to say, don't be afraid of these gray areas in life. Embrace these gray areas in life. Embrace the gray areas in manifesting. Embrace, the gray areas in all areas of your life, whether it's finances, whether it's with your SP, whether it's with creating a new job, whatever the case may be. Embrace the gray areas, because that's where winners are born. That's where champions are made. It's because they're not afraid of the unknown. And right now, a lot of you guys are super afraid of the unknown. But like I said, the unknown is where all the magic happens. That's why you guys have to get comfortable with it. You have to get comfortable with not having the answers, with not knowing where the answers are going to come from. That's for everyone. God's gray areas. Rich people, successful people, famous people, whatever the case may be, they all get very, very comfortable in the gray areas of life. The people that play it safe in life are the people that don't get comfortable in those gray areas. They need answers. They freak out if they don't have answers, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm here to tell you guys today, get comfortable in those gray areas. Stop trying to figure out this and that and having things to add up and whatever the other, so you can feel good. Just so you can kind of have some peace or whatever the case may be at night. Like I said, I just personally believe there's things in life that, we're never going to figure out, And like I said, I believe too that you can take those gray areas and turn them into, black and white areas. You know what I'm saying? But the question is are you afraid to even touch the gray area from the jump? Because most people are afraid to touch the gray area from the jump. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, anybody that's done anything great in life, trust me, there has been a shit ton of gray areas in their life. But what they did was they put their best foot forward and they said, I'm not afraid of this gray area. I'm not afraid of this unknown. You know what I mean? And that's with anything in life. Anybody that has done anything great, epic, whatever the case may be. And think about how many times in your life you've been in gray areas. And think about how many times you've still succeeded. You've still flourished. So why are you afraid now of another gray area over here with your SP? You can't think back to how many times you've already triumphed. You've prevailed in life, and then allow that to give you the courage to step forward into these other gray areas, whether it's with an SP, whether it's financial, whatever the case may be, and say, you know what? I made it back here, whenever, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I made it in all of these gray areas that I experienced. So I know that, this gray area that I'm in right now, even though I don't have the answers, even though I don't know, I'm still going to make it. I'm still going to make it, because that's the hardest part about manifesting is people is trusting, because again, you don't know the answer. You don't know what birds before landing is. You don't know what the bridge of incidents is going to be really until it happens. You don't know when that manifestation that you've been visualizing for a month or a year or whatever the case may be is going to come to fruition. You don't know. And that bugs a lot of people out because you're so focused on that. You're so focused on, oh, I've been doing it. And to be honest, a lot of you guys haven't really been doing stuff for a long time at all. Because from my experience doing this work, it usually takes about a year, max. It can take, longer, whatever. But usually from what I've seen, when people manifest things, they usually get what they want within a year or so, maybe 2 years, but definitely within 5 years, I see people get what they want to manifest, and it's all about, are you doing the work? Are you being consistent? Are you being consistent with what you're visualizing? Are you being consistent with your self-concept, because you got to think of this work kind of like the stock market and trading. When you guys watch trading, you see the graphs, you see the lines. The lines go like this, and then it goes up, and then it goes down, and then it goes up, and then it goes down. This work that you're doing is the same way. How consistent are you staying with the work that you're doing with yourself? Because a lot of you guys, in the beginning, you're like this, and you're going up. And then when you get what you want, you flatline. And then ultimately you go back down to all of these bad habits that you picked up in the past because you're not staying consistent with doing the work on yourself, So I just want to jump in here and share this with you guys. Like, get comfortable with the gray areas. There's nothing to fear about these gray areas in life at all. At all. They're here to help us learn. They're here to help us manifest. They are where the answers are at, the gray areas. You want to be in gray areas in life. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in gray areas because that's how you know you're going to turn it into being black and white. You're going to turn it into greatness. All right, guys. It's been another episode of Marvin's Room. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again, wherever you're at. I'll see you guys next time. You know where, you know when.